I knew that I wanted to be a lawyer when I was 5 years old, and I'm going to date myself a little bit. When I was watching Perry Mason.
I object. I object. I object. I object. I object, Your Honor.
Perry Mason is one of the few lawyers the rest of us actually like, but we can trust lawyers for at least one thing. They're pretty good at warning us who the bad judges are.
I'm trying to figure it out. I think that's a good thing. I'm not quite sure. Okay, I'll take that one.
Dallas Family Court Judge Andrea Plumlee wants you to know her vision. Each case receives the highest degree of justice possible. Each individual is treated with respect and dignity.
That's not something I do.
Guess Judge Plumlee is hoping you don't read any newspaper headlines before you vote next year on the 330th District Court. But it's not like voters haven't been warned. A lot. In 2014, the Dallas Morning News reported less than 40% of Dallas lawyers found Judge Plumlee to be impartial or even knowledgeable about the law. She was elected a family judge even though she isn't certified in family law. In 2019, the same bad result. It may explain why Plumlee is the most appealed Texas judge we can find, more than 100 appeals. One of the classics, Judge Plumlee gave a new custody trial to a woman who had stabbed her husband in the neck during a bipolar episode.
I object. I object. I object.
The judge reasoned the woman was just confused.
What is she doing?
Last year, postcards sent to Dallas homes from a father's rights group called Judge Plumlee unfair, unfit, unethical.
I don't know what the term is when you hate men. I know it's misogynist for women. But I don't know what the term is when you hate men, but that's what it is. She hates men.
Terrence Gore says he was slapped with child support nearly half his salary.
Being bitter, having a bitter divorce should disqualify you from being a family judge. He has a bias.
Interesting. Gore thinks it's personal, and he's not the first to suggest that voters should know about a judge's marital history before making them a family judge.
It's hard to describe how horrible it feels not to see your own child.
Bradley Miller hasn't seen his daughter in 3 years. His father died without getting to see his granddaughter a final time. Miller has spent hundreds of thousands of dollars waging a legal war in family court, first with his ex-wife, and now with Judge Plumlee's court.
She routinely ignores the law. She doesn't care about the law. She knows there's no oversight, so she has no fear of violating the laws. Therefore, she does so with impunity.
He has spent everything he has. He now represents himself in court.
Again, I object under the 14th Amendment.
Miller's now been gagged by Judge Plumlee from posting anything negative about his case on the internet.
So essentially, the interview I'm doing right now is against this court order, which is illegal. When it comes to Dallas County Family Court, she's as bad as it gets.
Before you write off all these critics as just sore losers in family court, remember the Texas Appeals Court has been one of the most vocal critics of Judge Plumlee's definition of justice. Her rulings have been frequently overturned for abuse of discretion. In 2019, the Fifth Circuit overturned Plumlee's ordered child support in a case because it wasn't based on either the evidence or even the mother's request.
I think unfair would be a very polite way of saying how she rules.
Megan Lucero fought over visitation with her twin boys and was shocked at the judge's conduct on the bench.
She literally said, hearing you talk, I had to mentally step down from a ledge, which implies suicide. She wanted, or she was gonna maybe get erratic or something and go off.
Do you think she should be on the bench?
Oh, absolutely not. She doesn't have a fair mind. Plain and simple, easy answer.
Is this your definition of fairness? Judge Plumlee once jailed a woman for not making a mortgage payment, but at one point in time, her and her husband owed nearly $400,000 in tax liens.
I don't like the sound of this at all.
She's a petty tyrant. She believes she can abuse people and get away with it because she can.
Judge Plumlee may be begging that campaign cash from friendly lawyers will scare away challengers next year. As of July 15th, the judge had nearly $94,000 in campaign cash. But potential opponents will likely want you to see these numbers. Payments to more than 90 lawyers appointed to cases in Plumlee's court over the 2-year period before the pandemic. The court says the lawyers are chosen on rotation, but they sure aren't making money equally. Attorney Danielle Holland was paid $131,000 just in court appointments from one judge. Of course, she was one of Plumlee's bigger campaign donors the last time she ran.
I have no further questions.
At least for the moment.